Hey there, welcome back and thanks for joining me. My equipment and supplies are down in the description box below, and most of them have links, so check that out. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more videos when they come out, hit the notification bell. So this is what I'm working with, the Marabu Fashion Sprays in the Fashion Shimmer. And I've got these three colors, blue and purple and orange, and then the orange and silver in the shimmer. So what I'm wanting to do is I've got a stencil and I'm putting it to where when I do my sewing, it's not getting into this. So I'm not worried about this getting overspray on it or anything like that. And that way I can put my stencil down one time and do it and be done with it. So this is what I've done, and I've got it set up to where if my seam allowance is here, you know, that's going to be pretty good. A little bit of that'll show, but I'm not going to worry about that. So, okay, here we'll get this positioned. And I think I'm just going to use the blue and the purple. I am wanting to try those out and I'm going to do it. So, the one thing you do want to remember is put your lighter color on first. It seems to do a little better. So, I'm going to just kind of hold this down, make sure it doesn't move. Although this is sitting pretty good, so I may not have to. Sometimes if they're bowed, you have to hold them down. So I don't think I'm going to this one. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of squirts. It's always good to do on a scrap piece of paper, so you can understand how it's going to spray. That one's pretty closed. This one, on the other hand, gets a little bit bigger. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to do the blue first because it's lighter. And I just want some spots where it's a lot of blue. Yeah. I'm going to do purple. I'm going to get a little closer so hopefully it won't spray too much. Well, that didn't do good. Let's see. Oh, I had it tilted, I guess, too much. There we go, and a little bit. There. Okay. Be really careful picking up your stencil. Nice. Okay, and we'll rinse this off. And I do this, you see a little bit of it. I just put it down on a towel and then just dab it off. Just enough to get the water off. All right. That I'm not real happy with, but that's going to be down at the bottom. So, but this I like. This is pretty. So I'm going to pick this up, set that off. So this one is like this. So I'm going to put this one like this. And that's how I'm going to line up my pieces. Something on that order. I'm going to pick this back up, put it over to the side. Not necessarily doing the same pattern. Not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, you got to hold these little guys up to spray, because if you hold them down, I guess they get out of the liquid. I've used them enough to where I guess it's coming out. Okay, lift that up easy. Good, good, good. Okay. All right, so there's the two pieces. Now we're going to let that dry for a couple hours, and then we're going to iron it, or you can put it in the oven at 300 degrees for 8 minutes. And you want to iron for 3 minutes, the oven at 300 for 8 minutes to cure it out, and that makes it permanent. So we're going to set these to the side. Now I've got a, this one's going to be fun. Well, all of them are fun. Funner. Okay, so we're going to do this big one here, and hopefully it will do good. And I just make sure I've got it covered. I am doing the line on the material right up to this so I can match this on the other one. And I'm going to put a little bit of weight right there because that end's wanting to pop up. All right, I'm going to do the same colors. Or do I want to just do orange? No, I'm liking my blue and purple. Okay, so here, get it started. Okay. Lift this easy, go rinse it. Nice. All right, we'll lift this off to the side. Yeah, that's fun. Now, I'm gonna bring this one back because I want to make sure that I'm laying it like I need to, because you don't need to have it too like that. That's wrong. Okay, I'll take this back up. I'll turn this a little bit, set it back to the edges, and this along this edge. My little weight down. There, put one down there. Okay. Do the same thing, no particular little order. Get it started sitting up. There we go. Okay, lift up easy. All right, I like it. And here is the pattern that I am using, and it's from Daisy, and I will put her YouTube and her website down in the description, and I will put it up above too, and you'll have to write it. It won't be a clickable link. You can just write it down. But this one I have obviously printed off a time or two. But yeah, this one's been great, and it's an easy mask to make, and I really like it. We're going to do some tie-dye fun stuff. So this is the cloth that I am going to cut my piece out for my mask. So I did this ahead of time, as far as I'm not cutting it out and doing this, and we'll do this on this square instead of go ahead and cutting it out. So you want to do that. I give it one good squeeze because I don't want it to stay tight, but I don't want it to completely do that. So I just kind of go through and try to make it stay put for just a split second. You may want to put some squeezing power on it. Okay, so I've got this ready. Got my spray ready. Before this opens up too much. Oh, so that did pretty good. So that's what you kind of want. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do the blue first. I always do my light colors first. And I want them pretty vibrant, so I'm going in and making sure they're covered good and not more pastel-y. I'm going to move that. Now, pull this open. Nah, I want some more blue on that, so I'm going to do it again. This time you just kind of get different areas. There's not an exactness to this. You're just going to have to play. Now, see, I like that. That's pretty good. And that would be cool, just that color. Makes me think. No. I want to go ahead and do it. I'm going to gather it back up. Try to get some white sticking up too. Take purple. There. Remove it. They're all used. Okay, so I didn't get as much as I thought I did, so I kind of want some more through here, so I'm going to gather it back up. Do a good little squeeze, and I'm going to hit it a little harder. There. Pick it up. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know that I could get really any more unless I just purposely sprayed different areas, but I'm good with that. I think that's a good one. Now, let's get the second one to kind of match that. So just start gathering it up. Wonder how that would do. Let's try that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna want some more blue, so I'm gonna gather it back up again. Try to manipulate it a little bit and put some more white up toward the top. I think that's fine. Okay, yeah, do better. All right, and because this is absorbent, this is the first time I've used the plastic. I've always used something absorbent like paper or cardboard. But I thought, well, this will be easier. I'm doing a lot, and I could just wipe it off. So, yeah, I think I like cardboard and stuff better. I'm just out. I've used it so much. Okay. Give it a good squeeze. All right, that's cool. I do want some more right here. So I'm going to gather that up and see if I can't just spray that. I can. So there's that piece and that piece. I'm pretty happy with those, I think. Yeah, I am. So I'm going to set this to the side. After a couple hours, it gets good and dry. I'm going to take it. You can either put it in a 300-degree oven for 8 minutes or iron with a cloth on top of it for about 3 minutes. And that will set the paint, and it'll be there. So, gosh, yeah, I'm loving that. Very pretty. Okay, so here is one last one. We're going to pinch here, and I just let it kind of fold off and on, something like that. No, don't be too peculiar with it. Then I'll take it and I'll just twist them. And I'm going to start I just go back and forth, securing this down. I'm not peculiar with it, just as long as it's something on that order. all you're generally wanting to do on this one is just get it gathered where you can do colors and it'll have that spirally effect. Okay, so there's those. And I'm going to use, I need to use the orange, don't I? I haven't used the orange, but gosh, the blue, and that is so pretty. You know what? Let's use all of them, and then I want to hit it with the shimmer. This is pretty. So what I'm going to do, grab a piece of paper. I'm going to do the center. What do we want to do it? Let's do it purple. Let's not put the purple and orange together. So I'm going to do this. Something like that. Actually, I'm going to turn them because I'm going to spray with my right hand. Flip them over. There's that. Then we'll move to a different spot on this cardboard. And so now I want to cover that up but expose a little bit. So let's just grab another piece of paper. I'm going to do that. And something like that. And we'll hit blue on that one. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is tie-dye after all. And we'll turn them over and put them back in the same kind of spot. Because these are so folded up, I really want to make sure it gets through there. And there's going to be some white. Now let me scoop. This is about dry, so I'm going to use it again. I do not like working with the tripod. It is so in my way. All right, then we'll do the orange. Okay, so there we have that. That way some of the silver will get on the white maybe. Yeah, I want some more done. So I'm going to redo this and get another rubber band. All right, we'll go ahead and do this one so it'll look the same. And all you have to do is rinse these, and you can reuse them. Yeah, I want some more color. And this is pretty good because it now exposes more white. So you probably need to really saturate it. I never know how much to do because I do like a little white. I just don't want a lot of white. Okay, so we're going to start back over. So I'm hitting it extra hard to get some more color in that. Let's use that. All right, there's that. As you can see, I keep all kinds of stuff. You never know. You gotta get these spraying. Lean them over too much, they do not spray. Okay, there's that. Get this out of the way. There we go. Interesting. Not having any of the white in there I wanted, but you know what? It is still going to be pretty. And at least I can show you how I do all this. Okay, so here's how they will go. Now for the shimmer part, you can kind of see it as it dries. All right, I'm gonna let these dry for a couple hours, and then we're gonna come back and iron them. And then we're gonna make a mask. And this is how you do all the masks that I've done in this video, so I'm only gonna sew one. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so we have finished ironing this for like 3 minutes. You just have to do that. I've got them together because I've already ironed and put them together. So anyway, we're going to sew this part of both pieces. You don't have to back stitch if you don't want to. If you like to, that's fine. But we're going to do this of both pieces. And just put this other piece right with it. Yeah, hey Henry. And that way you're not wasting thread and energy just cutting it off. Just continue it right there behind it. Cut that, and there. And what I like to do, this is go ahead and get this ironed down. Makes it a little easier. I think he likes the camera. I'm just not sure. He shows up all the time. Okay, so you want to lay the outside facing up, the seam down. This one, you're going to put it with the seam up. So right sides together. Match up these points where they are sewn. Go ahead and just throw a pin in that one. Kind of make it fit. And then do the same on the bottom part where the chin goes. Now, then we're going to sew here and here. So I just kind of get these straightened back up. Yeah, I know. And make sure this side is straightened up. And just continue to sew that all the way down. Again, I don't cut. I start on the other side. Make sure it is flat and straight. And there you go. We'll turn it inside out. And here again, I give it a good press. I want these lines to be pretty crisp. And there we go. That's it on that. Now something I do is I go 3.5 inches from here to here with my fold. And that's about it. Then I fold the other side and make sure it's about 3.5. It's a little long. Okay. And sometimes it takes a minute to get these level. Then I want to go in and I want to press that too. I like to press, it just seems to make it easier when I'm sewing and when I'm piecing things together. Now these are my pieces. These are my ear pieces. They're adjustable. And pull that back and forth and tighten them up, whatever you need to do. And I just take them, open my slit up, and I'm going to put that in place here. And I'm going to stitch that to secure it right there. I tuck the other side in. And I secure that down. That way I still have an opening for a pocket before I can put a filter in here if I need to. And it just gives you that option. Alright, now that part is done. Okay, the only thing we have to do now is to put the strip along the nose piece to hold the wire, and I do about 1.5 inches on either side of this seam. And you can see the seam there. Then you just take the nose piece. I'll leave the adhesive strip on. Stick it in there and just push it in. Get it centered, and there you go. And here are some of the other ones that I haven't sewn yet. So there's that pattern. They got a little frayed after I washed them. And here is that pattern. So yeah, I am excited. I'll get these sewn up and show you what they look like too. So I hope this gave you some new ideas and some great ways to go have fun with your sewing. So y'all go have fun.